Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Subnautica Below Zero. Okay, right. What are our objectives for today? Two objectives. One, I have learned where you find nickel. You find it in a place called the Deep Lily Pad Caves, which is the caves underneath the lily pads marked by this erroneously named beacon of mine that I laid there ages ago. That's where we find some nickel, so I'm going to try and go and get some of that so that we can make the depth compensator for our sea truck, the HMS Failface, just like its owner, so that we can go exploring deeper into the caverns and go back and see Mr. Shadow Leviathan. I've also discovered that the destroyed base we were told about is something, one of these documents here that we got when we went to the greenhouse. It was something about a hint about the location of a destroyed base, which I thought was going to be underwater. Turns out it's actually a place we've already been. So let me... Oh yes, one other thing I need to mention. Somebody said that this fruit is amazingly useful and is amazingly overpowered. Apparently you turn it into a type of salad in here, if I can figure out where it is. Here we are. Snowstalker plant leaf and heat fruit. Spicy fruit salad, surprisingly delicious with warming effects. I see, so if I get some heat fruit from one of the islands, and I take some leaves from this, which presumably you get through stabbing this. Let me just take all the fruit off this. Come here. If I can see where it's gone. Oh great, it's underneath the leaf, which I can't reach. If I stab at it with a knife, presumably... No. Okay. I was under the distinct impression that I would be able to stab at it and get a leaf. Never mind, I'll figure out how to do the salad later. For the time being, we need to go and find this lab. Yes, the destroyed lab is that base that we found on the island in the massive cave where we found the Snow Fox hoverpad fragment thing. And we found a number of other fragments in there. I think that's where we also found the spy pangling originally. We saw it ages and ages ago, like in episode 3 or 4, I think. So that was ages ago, but that's apparently where it is. So as much as there wasn't anything there at the time, they may have changed something, because I haven't been back there since the Salad Days update, so they may have changed something. There may be some new PDAs there may be more information. That may be where Sam worked, which yes, I have now confirmed. I am Robin, and Sam is the person who was on the island studying the sea penguins. I am Robin, which is why I have a Xenoworks PDA rather than a Altera PDA, which somebody else tried to... Well, they tried to help me. They very kindly tried to help me understand what was going on with the story, but just like this weather, I couldn't see what was going on to save my life. The story is a bit confusing to me at the moment, but never mind, we will figure it out as time goes by. I'd forgotten about you guys. You're still very freaky. I don't like you at all. You also seem to be swimming, which you weren't doing before. You were just sort of sitting around before, and now you're swimming, which I find rather disturbing. Okay. There's the island. Do I still have my Snow Fox? No, I don't. What have I done with the Snow Fox? Oh, gosh. Give me a minute. I'll find it. No, it's not here. Fantastic. I've left it at home. Wonderful. Give me a minute. I'll go back and get the Snow Fox. Here's me Snow Fox. I knew I had it somewhere. Sometimes I amaze even myself with my own stupidity. Okay, now that we have rectified me and my stupid face, we have now returned to the island and we have got our Snow Fox. Now I've got to try and figure out where under the sun that base was, so I'm going to pick a random direction, drive in it and see what happens. Let's try this way. What? Distress call? Okay, this is new. That definitely wasn't there before. Distress call. Okay, is that marking the base? Yes it is. That's the base. This is the base I was talking about when I was attempting to articulate what I was on about in a very poor manner. Okay, so who sent this distress call? Whoa, 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 I forgot you did that. I forgot you did that. I forgot you did that. Okay. What's going on with this? Okay, so this is just a beacon then. This isn't... mark. I said I'd stop doing that and I still haven't somehow. This isn't actually marking anything of consequence. This is just leading me to the base. Okay, so let me head inside. Ideally without getting crushed by anything. And see if anything has changed inside. None of this is scannable. That's not scannable. Does there any information in it? No, certainly none we haven't already had. That's a thermos of coffee. A completely cold thermos of coffee, but never mind, I suppose. Actually, no, I was going to say cold coffee is better than no coffee. To be honest with you, cold coffee is so utterly, thoroughly disgusting and revolting to any human that's ever been alive that I would genuinely rather have no coffee ever again for the rest of my life and drink it cold. Okay, large supply of water, not complaining about that. Doesn't look like there's much else in here though. Coffee machine, fridge, no, this is all stuff we've scanned before. I am now stuck. No, I'm not. Okay, thank the stars for that. I thought I was going to have to restart. Okay, there's a portal. I kind of remember there being a portal. I just also, at the same time, kind of don't remember there being a portal. Where does this lead again? I honestly cannot remember. Can I interact with any of these computers? No? Okay. Is there anything behind it I should be aware of? No. Okay. What was through this portal again? This is the problem with going back to a place which we haven't been to in like 6 or 7 episodes. I just have absolutely no memory whatsoever of... Oh, I've gone green. No memory of being here. Insert iron cube. I haven't got one. Also don't need one because this is clearly already operating. Okay, this doesn't seem familiar. Ooh! Excellent! Hang on. Excellent. Purple tablet fragment. Absolutely brilliant. That's the 3rd one of these then. Brilliant. We only need 1 more of these and then we can open whatever under the sun it is that needs that, because honestly it's been so long that I can't remember anymore. Okay, let's have an explore around here, because this is different. I don't remember any of this. All of this ruptured stuff. This is very different. I haven't seen this before. Is this just taking me to other parts of the island? Yes, but I definitely haven't been here before. Okay, I don't recognise this part of the island. I certainly don't recognise there ever being any little flags. What's this? This silver. Yeah, I'm going to take a bit of silver. We don't need a huge amount of it, but I'll take a bit. It doesn't hurt, does it? Limestone? No. I feel like I have been here before, but I haven't seen it from this angle before, which is why it seems unfamiliar to me, so... Let's go back and see if any of the other pathways lead to anywhere more interesting. My best guess as to why this seems unfamiliar to me would be because I have been through the portal before, but they've updated the locations visuals since the Saturday's update. That would be my best guess anyway. So there's a path over there and there's a path over there. Let's go through this one first and see if this leads us to anything. Oh no, this isn't a pathway, this is just a flickering light. I can also hear the ice worm, which tells me we're probably not far away from his territory. And hopefully he's not the cause of all of this damage. Okay, massive lift. Definitely do not remember that. Anything exciting? Have that tree. Some fruit. Have that. First aid kit. Always handy. Water purification tablet. Less handy. Call elevator. Okay. Oh, that's a long way down. I don't want to fall down there. Okay, this is freaky. Nobody mentioned this anywhere. Okay, this is kind of weird and freaky and wild. That's the love to death. Okay, any supplies of consequence? The battery, first aid kit, handy but not life-changing. Thank you. More of these little poles. More water purification tablets. This water is freaky looking. But is there anything actually here? I mean, kinda. I don't know where this leads. I don't know if I should be going down here or not. Oh! Cut to gain access. Okay. Is this... Yes, we're only 50 meters down. Is this... Do you remember we found that great big cable? And we followed it along, and it went to a big wall of ice. I'm wondering if that's what this is. Whether they've now actually added the interactivity with it so that you can actually cut it open. Yes? Yes? Okay. Yes? Yes! I was completely correct. For the first time in my life, I actually made a correct thought. I think, anyway. Is this where I think we are? Yes, there is Miss Sea Truck. Okay. So that answers that question. As to what this is and how it allows you access. Maybe you can only cut it from the inside. Perhaps that's the, that's why I wasn't able to cut through it before. Either that or I tried to cut through it before the Salad Days update, and the Salad Days update has allowed you to cut through it. I don't know. But either way, that answers a very big question, but at the same time, it doesn't really do an awful lot for us, other than show us that they were putting a huge amount of investment into this island if they were building enormous elevators into it and exploring so far into it. So okay, this hasn't actually told us as much as I was hoping it was going to tell us, in terms of actually progressing the story or anything. I would assume this is as far with the story as they've gotten, what with the whole nobody having voice acting yet and not even the subtitles being finished yet. I would assume that for the time being this is as far as it goes. So let me... Yeah, I did bring my my Sea Fox with me. So let me quickly go back to the base and see if there's anything else there of consequence, or whether that's it, and after that we will go and see if we can find some nickel. Research sites, here we go. Oh, a map! Sites under current research. Okay, so this is clearly a map of the island. The question is, where am I? Am I here, perhaps? Is this where I am? Is that where this green dot... I mean, it's the only thing that's not like anything else. Those are obviously mountains. I'm assuming these are underwater passageways, perhaps? Like this cave is connected to this cave by an underwater passageway? Maybe the grey reflects underground, white refers to above ground, and blue refers to underwater. I don't know, it's quite tricky for me to get a... I need a landmark, so one thing that I can pinpoint as being a point of reference that I can use to figure out everything else is, which doesn't really help. Okay, so that's very, very interesting and very, very important. It's just not immediately usable because I can't figure out where I am on the map. I think this is here, you know, because look, this has got that little pathway going off to the left, which is up there, and then it's got this bigger pathway going off down there, which I think is the river, and then it's got two smaller pathways going off underground, which I think is that one and that one. So I think that's where this is. So if we headed that way, we'd go underwater, which does seem vaguely familiar to me. So what if we head down here, and we see if we can identify this, so that we can... Where's my thing gone? There it is. So that we can identify what these different research bases are, and see if any of them are new, or whether we've already explored them all. Okay, I think that one of these two caves is going to be the cave that's at the bottom of this map. However, I'm slightly hesitant to go in either of them because they both seem to have snow stalkers peeking out of them. So I reckon, I'm going to take this with me actually just in case. I reckon that this was a dumb idea. Oh gosh! Oh hi! Put that away, for goodness sake, as the actress said to the bishop. Oh, sheesh. Would you get the thing out already? Okay, so yeah, they definitely made the Snowstalkers much more aggressive. Basically, it didn't get damaged though, which is nice. Right, okay, I am a bit confused by this map. I'm going to figure this map out later, off camera. I'll figure that out, and I will... This is beautiful. Glacier tree. It's gorgeous. Oh gosh, it became a lot less gorgeous when this kid turned up. Okay, that's just a snow fox. Right, okay, so, as ever, the beauty in nature is partnered by its wondrous danger. Okay, there's some stuff up there. This is incredible. This is absolutely beautiful. And I would love to stand and gaze in awe at its unbelievability, but at the same time, I kind of don't want my bum bitten off by a massive monster. Okay, right, it's just a flare. I'm not interested in flares. Water purification tablet. To be honest, I probably should actually be carrying a couple of flares in order to defend myself against the snowstalkers now that they have actually been made aggressive. But that's my own stupid fault. Anything here? Snowfox jump module. Booster configuration allows the Snowfox to initiate a short jump across terrain. I see. Ah, the power's fantastic. Anything there? No. Okay, this is... This. I don't even need words to describe it. Your own eyes can do the awe-inspiring description for you. This is... Oh, hi again. This place is wild. This island, it's a lot bigger than I thought it was, and every time I think I figured out how large it is, it turns out it's actually a bit larger still. Okay, so I was going to go back to the sea truck, and we'll go on a quest for some nickel instead, because this map's confusing me somewhat. But I want to have a quick look around here first, to see if there's anything else of consequence. Oh, I see. That's the cave I went into. But just then over this ridge, and over this frozen river is where we find ourselves some glacier trees. Whoa, what are those big red things? What are these big red dots on them? That's freaky. I don't think... Not that. Okay, I don't think they're harvestable or scannable. I think they're just part of the, Not that. No! Thank you, for goodness sake. Yeah, I don't think these red dots are anything of real consequence. I think they're just part of the, the visual aesthetic of it all. That seems big and spooky and foreboding. We should definitely go in there. Okay, let's have a quick look and see if there's anything of interest in here or not. Detecting a Leviathan-class lifeform nearby. This lifeform is currently stationary. Beware of ambush. Okay, I'm assuming we're talking about an ice worm. Unless it's something even bigger. The ice worm's got to be a Leviathan-class lifeform, right? Right? I feel like I should walk for the sake of making less vibrations with my feet. But at the same time, if I make oh, gosh. I'm scared. This is it! This is what they were talking about! In those notes, they said they found something enormous encased in the ice. What is this thing? And why is it so enormous? Oh my giddy aunt. I don't even have words. Frozen creature horn. Is it a horn? I think it's more of a tusk. Possibly used in combat with others of its kind, or for forcibly removing snow walls from its path. Was it a burrowing creature then? And its teeth. Stop looking at me like that. I'm a scientist, and that's it. Sharp teeth for tearing through flesh and bone. And skull. Oh gosh, look at its paws! Lots of room for a brain, but it's mostly bone and fat. Be glad it's dead, because I don't think it'd be too chuffed to hear you say that. What's that? Infected pustule. Infected with a certain Subnautica disease or not? Preserved pustules containing the Cara infection highly contagious, so I probably shouldn't walk right up to it and stab my face into it then. What is this little thing? This thing's adorable. What's this? Let's go to PDA. Creature head. Research on the head. Okay, so this is all obviously very early access, very bare bones. They haven't fleshed this out just yet. But this creature is massive. I mean, yeah, I probably shouldn't stand in it either, and, you know, jump up and down on top of it if it's so terribly, horribly contagious, should I? This is wild. Oh my god. Oh man. So what else of it is there to scan? We've scanned 4 of the 5 parts, but I don't think we can reach its eye. I would assume there's more of it we can access down here, because I can see like a paw under there, so maybe there's like some claws or something we can scan, perhaps? This is incredible, though. What have we got here? Silicon rubber, synthetic fibers, or fiber mesh. Synthetic fibers sound new. I don't know what that's going to be involved in. Synthetic fibers, reactor rod powder processing unit, spicy fruit salad, reinforced dive suit. Oh, that needs the synthetic fibers. Okay, that's good. At least we've got that now. Snowfox jump module. Exterior grow bed, nuclear reactor, nuclear waste disposal. Okay, so there's nothing new there that we weren't previously aware of. Okay, let's go back down, see if we can see the underside of this creature, and see if we can figure out precisely how enormous this thing is. In here, some glass, PDA, ice cave, ice drilling cave work description. Okay, so that's talking about the work they're doing here. Advanced wiring kit. Now that I am having, because that is very useful. A bottle of water. There we go. Those are some. Well, they're not uncommon resources. They're just fiddly resources. Oh, this has been the episode of me getting very excited by looking at things, which is not allowed to be taken out of context. Look at its paws. Look at its great big mitts!
New creature discovered.
Evolved to retain traction on ice. A vast land-based leviathan frozen under the ice for hundreds of years. This thing was on land? I thought snowstalkers were scary. It doesn't have a threat level on it, which kind of calms me down a little bit. Makes me think that maybe it's not going to be alive. Research from the club. Okay, good. Like, this is crazy thinking, but just blue sky thinking here. Imagine if the goal of this game was to make this thing come back to life. Just imagine that. Imagine if this thing could come back to life, and you could actually see it moving. That would be incredible. Please tell me this is what I think it is. Oh, I'm so happy. I am so happy. That means it's in the game now. Presumably. That is fantastic. And I think I know where I can find some more fragments as well. Okay, that is wonderful. This is fantastic. This is incredible. Never mind going and fighting Nickel. The Nickel can frankly just go away. I'm not interested in Nickel. Oh my giddy aunt, this creature. Just look at it. Look at something you find in the Cyrus Pinkery Natural History Museum. only being impressive instead of being a bit boring. This is unbelievable. This is genuinely incredible. Wow. I am honestly awestruck by this. This is just fantastic. Wow. Because, I mean, the original Subnautica, in terms of, like, being amazing, and it was amazing, it was amazing by having great big environments with great big spooky things in them. This has somehow managed to take the whole it's a massive creature to a whole other level. In the sense that if this is what these creatures were like hundreds of years ago, and they've been frozen in the ice since, imagine if it hadn't been frozen in the ice. Imagine how much more it could have developed. Imagine what 300 years worth of generations of that thing would look like. Imagine how terrorized this planet would be. I can only assume that it died in an ice age, perhaps. Perhaps this world wasn't as icy and snowy, because it said that it was well suited for a snowy environment, for burrowing through icy walls and getting traction on ice. So it clearly was an icy world beforehand, but there must have been some sort of ice age that made it significantly harder for it to live here, and it got frozen in the ice. Wow, that's incredible. That is genuinely incredible. Okay. Okay. I think I just stumbled across this area because I stumbled on this area because I stumbled upon that map. Unbelievable. Genuinely amazing. I didn't realise these things glowed either. Okay, right, let me get back to my sea truck, and we will see if we can find this other location where I think we may find some more snow fox, or rather prawn suit fragments. Whoa, hang on a minute. Red letter day? Look at this! You can actually see something!
Dangerous weather approaching.
Oh, shut up, I want to enjoy this for 2 seconds. Look! You can actually see stuff and things. What's that over there? Is that just a piece of rock? Because it doesn't look like a piece of rock. This is genuinely incredible. I can actually see. Oh, this is amazing. Right, okay, sorry. Back to normal. Right, I think this is the place that I'm in. Let me just put this beacon down. There we go. Ah, fantastic. Okay, right, we'll edit that on the way out, assuming that this is in fact the location that I think it is. And if it is, there should be a base right there. Perfect. Okay, so if you remember when we came to this base back in like episode 2, I think it was, or episode 3 or whenever it was, basically ages and ages and ages ago, with this adorable little fella. Hello, I'm not going to destroy Mr. Snowman. I like Mr. Snowman. Aha, okay, so it has changed a bit. It has changed a bit. Damaged prawns. Okay, these are not scannable. Okay, that's a slight disappointment. I was rather hoping they would be. This has definitely changed. So they've repositioned a lot of the bits and bobs since the last time I was here, which obviously was before the Saturdays update. Could I? Thank you. Okay, let me have a quick look around inside, see if anything's changed inside. So this is not another location for prawn suit fragments. I don't know where I'm going to find the rest of the fragments for that. But, wow, this is a lot prettier. They've sent in a lot of work on the visuals in this place, which is something I very much appreciate. Oh, okay, there is something here. There's a vending machine, okay. And a trash can. Fantastic, okay, so we make our home a little more homely, I suppose, by having a machine which creates rubbish and a machine which gets rid of it. Okay. Jeffries. Presumably you mean Jeffries tubes? I assume is what you're on about? Excellent! Water filtration machine. This will make my life so much easier. Then I won't be killing off the entire bladderfish population around my base, which would be lovely. Fantastic. Water filtration machine. Excellent. That takes water, and amazingly, it filters it and takes the water out which you actually want to drink. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Oh, hang on, maybe... Actually, maybe this isn't a Jeffries tube. Maybe this is literally just the office of Jeffries. Welcome to your home away from home on 4546B. This pamphlet will guide you through your new accommodation. Get your bearings. Zero Sector is comprised of 2 square kilometers of ocean, located near the planet's equator. Okay, that confuses me a little bit. Okay, this confuses me a lot, actually. I assumed that we were on the same planet as the first Subnautica game, which seems to make sense here. For unknown reasons, it was selected by the architects as a hub for their installations. Life here has flourished since the release of Enzyme 42 into the larger ecosystem. That's what we did at the end of the first game, which tells me that this is the same game. Or the same planet, rather, which presumably the same name is. I don't know, I don't remember the name of the first game's planet, and I cannot be bothered to look it up. But this is what confuses me. 2 square kilometers of ocean located near the planet's equator. If it had said polar region, I would have been all on board with that. But equator? Isn't the equator meant to be the hottest part of the planet? Like the warmest part of the planet? Which means that where we were in the first game couldn't have been the equator. It must have been somewhere other than the equator, because it's not here, but surely the equator is the warmest area, and yet this area is colder than the other place. I don't know. I'm very confused, but I don't suppose it matters an awful lot. That's my sister, I think. I think it is anyway. Ah, yes, and that's the big gun. That's the gun that shoots you down at the beginning of the first game. What does this say? It's all back to front. Oh gosh. If I had good editing skills, I'd reverse that for you, but I don't, so I can't. Maybe it's more visible on the other side. No, it's not. Okay, never mind that idea then. Okay, can I read any of these PDFs? What's this? Seriously, what is that? So, hang on a second. I haven't got a clue what that is. A mainless log from Jeremiah complaining about the interference from local birds. Oh, that must be what they meant when they don't trust the sky gulls, or whatever they're called. I see. So these are the quarters of a couple of different people who were living on this base. Interesting. So yes, that does confuse me a little bit that we're on the equator. Ah, lantern fruit! Which I can't scan, but this is definitely different. What's this? Indigenous flora. Yes, brilliant. Task list. Harvest edibles from grow beds and plant new seeds. Translate symbols on alien architects. Send completed research to Vesper via rocket. So the Vesper, I think, is some sort of in-orbit installation, which may have been the thing that I was trying to conceal myself from when I came here and I hid behind that asteroid. I'm not sure. Continue investigation of force field mechanics at research site 0. That must be the thing we need the purple tablet for. Send weekly status reports, varnish prawn suit, repair weather station, perform monthly patrol of remote installations, test whether penguin flock are comfortable enough to swim with humans, yes, and induct new support personnel. Okay, so this is fantastic because lantern fruit is the world's greatest thing in the history of the universe. I have just decided. So yes, this is fantastic. Lantern fruit is a very good type of fruit because it gives you... Okay, that's old. When it's new, it's better. Or at least it used to be anyway. Okay, yeah, they have done huge amounts to completely change this place up. Very, very interesting. Okay, so this has not been a source of prawn suit fragments, however it has been a source of other stuff. But that's good. I want to keep this lantern fruit so that we can grow it back at our own base and actually have a farm and some water filtration machines so that we actually don't have to constantly be killing fish for the sake of our survival. Let me just see if there's changed anything up here before we head back to base. Have I been down here? Have I been through this cave system or not? I honestly can't remember. It's a freaky looking thing. Or is that just red due to the light of this thing? I don't know. Keep looking for a little bit, just see if there's anything else here of consequence. Oh, I see, we're heading directly towards the mountain. It's a gorgeous moon. Yes, I am pretty much convinced that we are on the same planet. I'm just slightly confused why. Oh, is this where we need the purple tablet for? I've been trying to remember for ages where under the sun that was. Is it here? I can only assume so. Yes, this looks about right. This must be where the purple tablet goes. Yes, it does. Can I have this? No, not yet. But there's definitely some kind of installation in there. We need a tablet. Presumably a purple one. Okay, so yeah, that explains where the tablet is, which is good, because that means I now have the confirmed location of when we find that, or rather where we use that when we find the final fragment for the purple tablet. Okay, that's fantastic. So let me go back to base and get a little bit of sit rep on where we are and what we want to do next. Hang on a minute, have I been over here or not? Can I even get up here? No, I don't think so. Okay, there's definitely something back there, but it doesn't seem like they want me to access that yet. Okay, so I reckon there's possibly more of this island, but I might need a prawn suit with a jetpack upgrade in order to actually get up there. But it definitely looks like there's more island to explore via this avenue up there. Right, okay, we're back at base, and I got the bits and bobs we need for a water filtration machine so that we can build one of these just so that we can see it in the flesh functioning. Okay, good, that didn't break our whole strength. Okay, good, so this is filtration progress. Yes, it's working, excellent. Okay, so now we'll always have filtered water to come back to when we're done. Okay, so we made some very good progress. I also planted the lantern trees, which as you can see are growing nicely, and we're also ready to plant the 4th piece of fruit. Okay, I'm still not sure how you get the leaves for these things to make the salad, but never mind. I'll figure that out. I'll figure that out when I can. Okay, so we've made good progress. We made a lot more progress than I thought we were going to do in just looking for that base. So we found the creature. We found the creature that Log was talking about that's frozen in the ice, and my Gideon, it is massive. Where even is it? Yes, this thing. Yeah, we found whatever under the sun this thing is called. I would love to know its name. I probably wouldn't be able to pronounce it, but my Gideon, it would be spooky. Okay, right, so we found this creature. We found many other crazy stuff as well. So we've got ourselves our bases for our prawn soup, and I need to find the other fragments, and I don't know where to find them. I assume that, like the purple tablet, they're going to be in specific locations, and when you explore around you find them, considering they weren't at that base where we've just been. But we've got one of them, which means it's definitely in the game. I can definitely build it. So that's going to be our main objective for the next video. I will get us some... We only need one more of those. I will get us some more nickel. Well, more nickel, because I don't have any already, but you know what I mean. I'll find us some nickel so that we can build the next depth compensator for the sea truck. I will figure out where the other prawn suit fragments are so that we can get into that. And I'm sorry that so much of this video has just been me standing here in complete awe, well, sitting here in complete awe, at all of the crazy stuff that we've seen. But we have seen some very, very crazy things. Those trees were gorgeous, and that creature was unbelievable, so that is all incredible. But, oh, well, we found this thing, which is almost enough for a video in and of itself, but you get the idea. I am so excited by this. Okay, right, I am honestly I'm so giddy from the discovery of this thing that I almost can't even form sentences. Okay, never mind that. That's enough for this video. We've got our plans for the next video. Thank you for joining me this evening. Look after each other, and good night. Finally, we've got some good content to actually put in a video. Man, I was getting so cheesed off at the last 2 videos were just me failing at everything miserably and taking forever to make any actual good content, and now we've actually made some progress in life. Okay, fantastic.